So today I want to start playing in one of my little books, and I thought what I'd do is a bit of my long and short stitches, because I do quite like doing that. And I found this little robin in Mustache, and I just cut him out of some of the fabric that he was on, and I'm just trimming him a little bit more, because what I want to do is just go over him. And I think that's probably the easiest way that I can learn how to do this thread painting, long short stitches, whatever they want to call it. Stop giving them lots of names, people. So I thought what I'll do is I'm going to put him onto my hoop, because it's easier for me to work on a hoop. It's not so bad on my hands. So I'm not quite sure why he's got a slipper, but we're going to go with it. We're going to do some long short stitches, and we're just going to have a nice little half an hour, you know, chilling out together. So I've got a variety of colours, and I'm going to do little stitches next to each other. I don't know if this will work. I've done butterflies. I've nearly finished it, but I'll show you when I've finished it. So just up and down like this, sort of following the pattern. And the good thing about this is you just choose the colours as well. I mean, I don't have to do it all in this thread painting. I could do knots and all sorts, but I thought just for this one, because I quite like doing this, it's quite relaxing. So I hope you grab yourself some stitching and join me, and we'll just have maybe half an hour of stitching. If you're doing another craft, then let me know what you're doing. I think I've just been doing some collaging. There's too many crafts out there to just do one. Okay, I think we've done those, so we're going to come here. And I think if I keep them all going in the same direction, it's going to look nice. Come on. Also, I have got 2 strands on here, not 1, which means that it's going to be a bit chunkier than my butterfly. But we will see how we go. Somebody said use 2, it'll go faster. I can't remember who it was. Thank you. We will see. And see if I like the effect as much as I like it, you know, with 1. I'll experiment for you. Okay. Okay. I think we're done with that colour there. So far, so good. We're going to just choose a different colour now. And I've got some, is this brown? I'm sure, no. I don't think it's brown. I think it's like a red. Whoops, got the wrong colour. I thought it was a brown and it's not. Yeah, it's a red, isn't it? And, okay. Right, we are going to have to go searching for a brown. Okay, so I've got some brown, and I'm back to 1 strand. I think it looks a bit chunky with two. Probably depends what sort of look you're going for. But I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to take them out or anything. I'm just going to go over in between the gaps with the brown. Sorry, I finished my sentences. I'm really rubbish at finishing sentences. I'll finish them in my head. I think it's because it's such a tiny picture. Oh, here we go. Oh la la. Oh la la. Okay, and back. And we didn't leave it long enough, so you can come out a bit. I don't think all of this book is going to be filled with thread painting. I just think it's going to be more of a sort of experimenting where I can test out ideas, like stitching on top of this print. When I did the butterfly, it was just a stamp, but this one actually has colour. Not that I'm actually sticking to the colour that well, but you know what I mean. It gives you an idea about which colours to use. So browns and creams, and I'll be using red and pink on there. So I'm just going to do his eye, around his eye, so I can see if it's going to work with the double stitching. It's fine. It will make it look a bit bulky around his eye, but that's not a bad thing. I do hope you're joining in and stitching along. I love stitching to videos because you can listen and look up in between your stitches, see what's going on, and get so much done. I want to come up in the middle of that stitch there. I might change colour again there. So we're just going to go the back here and just do a couple of little ones. Just breaking up the big chunk of white. And there's a few little bits just here, not excessive. It is just like painting, only I can't paint, but I can do this. Right, I think, what's that thread there? Get off. Where have you come from? I'm going to leave that for now. So where there's pink, I'm coming up with the pink. I am now thinking I maybe should have done a green background. But I might just cut him out or applique him down into my book. And I know this isn't as scruffy as I usually do, but I quite like doing this. It's funny what you quite like. There's a time and a place. I am going to turn the other one into a more scruffy book, a more use up your scraps book. So I want to fill in all the bit that's pink. I don't know if this will work because it's not blending as like the butterfly was from out the wings outwards. So this is going to be, you know, something a little bit different. But interesting to see how it turns out. I do think it'd look quite good with all French knots here. I don't know why. So we're going to stop there, and I'm going to do a bit of red now. This sort of colour. And we're going to see if we can, hopefully my head isn't in the way. We can sort of blend them together a bit. Come on, up, in the right place. There we go. Oh, I'll come up in the wrong place, but that's fine. What we can do is we'll just do a little stitch there, and we'll go back like that and fill it in. Come on. Might get a different shade of pinky red as well. So I'm not going to fill in all of this. Otherwise, I think it might be a bit much. Oops. So I'm going to find the darker colours and just do those. And then I'm going to go and find a different sort of pink to go in between. Come back up here. Deciding where to go next. And of course he's more red at the front here. So we can do this one a bit more of a block of colour. Isn't it funny how I like this but I don't like satin stitch? It's very, I find that so weird. Because basically this is just tiny satin stitch. And I think it's okay to have your stitches going in different directions because it's feathers and they do go in different directions. So, you know, I'm not worrying if some of my feathers are going on top of each other like they are. It's fine by me. But it's great to have a pattern to follow. Okay, I think I'm running out of cotton. I'm going to tie this off. Quite liking it. What do you think? Okay, as you can see, I have been working on this little bird and I think I'm just going to finish him off with you because, as you know, this sort of stitching just takes so long, and although it's fun to do, I don't know how much fun it is to just sit and watch. So what we're going to do is just do these little brown bits like this, and I'm going to leave the white. And I don't mind at all. I don't need to do the whole lot. There's colour on it already. You know, there's a picture. And I can see the feather lines, which is cool. So I'm just going to go over this little bit. And then I'm going to call it done. I may go around the outline. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I will decide that after. I think we need to go back and fill some of them in. I've missed a few. I've got 2 threads again because it's giving a bit of texture to his feathers. And I'm making it up now as I go along. Come on. Yeah, I'll go very quiet because I'm sort of in the zone. And then I go really quiet and I thought, well, this is an exciting video, Carol. People are going to love this one. You're not even talking to them. There a bit more here. Oops. I've got a little bit more to do here as well, I think, round his eye. But I'm going to do that with 1 strand, not 2. And I have been changing because I think it just gives it a little bit more of a feathery feel. Oh, it's wrapped itself round again. Come on. I've done this so many times. It's a good job it's been stuck down in a book. There we go. We're just going to do a bit more around his eyes with a single strand. And I'm going to go and see what else I can find to stitch on. Not necessarily this stitch, different stitches. This one just sort of said feathers, and this is the only way I know how to make sort of any type of sort of feather. Whether it looks like a feather or not, you'll have to let me know. I think it's all right. I think I'm done. I've done quite well this afternoon. Quite happy with it. And that bit in. Little short stitch there. Long and short. Oops. Won't come up in the right place. A little bit more around this side. And I think we're just about done. So I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. And I think it's going to be quite an interesting little book to do. You will be making more scrappy books, because that's my love. But I am quite enjoying doing this, and there's no rules that say you can only do one type of stitching, so you can do whatever you fancy. Today I just thought this would be quite fun. Only when things sort of go, stitch me. Right, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to show you a close-up in case you want one. There we go. Oh, I have missed a little bit there. I might do that little bit. But there we go. There's my little robin. And I may go around the outside. I'm not sure yet. Okay, it's got late. Well, it's not late. It's 4:20, but it's dark because it's January in the UK. But I thought I'd come back and show you how it all finished. I did go round him in the end. And as you can see, I've finished off little bits. I've done his feet. I made put some brown on his eye. And I've just gone round the bird. So what I'm going to do now is put him in my book. So out the hoop. I love this hoop. It's very easy. And I've decided, you know, I made like a couple of books. I've decided I'm going to save this one and use it as my scrappy one because it's just a scrap, bits of felt. And I want to use this really nice one to put my bird in because I love him. He could go on the cover. Oh, I don't know. Right, so I've got a piece of this that's the same size-ish. You know me, it's ish, same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover him up. And I would pin him on if I had this. I've got some little pins just in here. Let me just pop a couple of pins in because I don't want it to move. Otherwise I'm going to be cutting him. Do the little pink one. And I'm going to cut around this. So more scraps coming up. Because this is quite, it's like a Hessian style fabric, but it's great as a base page, and we can add blocks to it, which is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to do different blocks and then add them into my book so I can have one on either side. And I don't need that because I've already got this backing. And I think that it would be really cool if I stitched him onto there like that. Let me get the pins back out. I'm not going to do the stitching on camera because it is just going round the outside. As you can see, it's not quite square. So what I'm going to do, because I quite like the border, I may cut it down a bit more. I think. Let me just cut a little bit more. I do wish I'd put it in on green background now, but hey ho, it's pink. That's it, it's too late now. I'm not doing it again. So I think that could go on there like that. With a little white border. So I'm just going to straight stitch around and put him on. But I'm not going to do that until I've put the other side on, because once I've got one on this side, I can straight stitch them both at the same time. So there we go, all done. And it's took me an afternoon, very pleasant afternoon. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you've been stitching along and you've got something done. Maybe you've finished a project. I know, I'm starting them faster than I can finish them, but we will finish them. Oops, wrong channel. No, we are going to finish them. We're going to do finishing projects on this one as well because I've got too many. So this is a starting project, but I think it's going to be a lovely little one that we can all stitch along to. Hopefully I shall have more of a voice next time. Bye for now, everyone, and thank you so much for being there. I really appreciate that you spend time watching me. I don't know why, but you do. So it's brilliant. I will see you all very soon. Bye.